Vision Loss Resources and Arcata Press present The Way We See It, a fresh look at vision loss.
One day when we were sitting talking together and sharing some of the experiences we had, we made the exclamation, we could write a book.
Hi, my name is Lori McClure.
And my name is Diane O'Shaughnessy.
And my name is Linda Leanger.
We'd been talking about it for years before when we get together and tell our stories that as we were losing our vision, we would be embarrassed or scared, and we realized that things that used to make us cry now made us laugh.
And then Kate came down and heard us talking and said, "We want to do that with you." And we were thrilled. This is something we'd thought about for a long time. So it's been quite a ride.
They wanted to share that it's not the end of the world, and they actually really have a really great life, even though they don't see as well as they used to. So when clients came and asked me, can we write a book about all our stories, a couple of people prodded me and said, well, are you going to tell yours?
As I grew up, it became apparent that I had a vision problem. It turned out, though, to be more complicated than that. To prepare to go to kindergarten, I went with my mother to the local optometrist, who promptly referred my mother to an ophthalmologist. He took one look at my eyes and told my mother that I was an albino, that I would never graduate from high school, thread a needle, drive a car, or go on to higher education. I would, however, make a nice housewife. Growing into Vision by Kate Grathwall, PhD, President and CEO, Vision Loss Resources.
I want everyone who has vision loss to have that experience of I can do. I can be independent, I can make my own dinner, I can do my own laundry, I can do my own banking. It's okay. You can do it. You can have vision loss, you can lose a lot of vision, even go blind, and still have a good life.
As the egg cell in my mother's ovary began its maturation, the 23 pairs of chromosomes began to separate in an intricate dance called meiosis. Her copy of chromosome 22, which carried a mutant gene, went into the egg cell that would be fertilized later by my father's sperm. Both of our lives would be profoundly altered. Swimming in My Gene Pool by Debbie Weigel.
When I found out that I had a hereditary eye disease, I was most fascinated by it, but I was also, on a personal level, very scared as to what would happen. There's almost a bit of irony in it, the geneticist with the hereditary disease.
I am 12 years old and I am blind. Not the kind of blind you think about when you hear the word blind, but blind according to my doctors. I have a rare eye disease of the retina called Stargardt that takes away my central vision. And that's the strange thing, losing part of my vision. Blindness, it's not as simple as Black or Light by Louis McGee.
I like to tell people that, there's many levels of blindness. I am legally blind, but I can still see relatively well. It's pretty cool knowing that my name is now an author in a book, so it makes me feel good being alongside all these other people who are telling their amazing stories.
I recalled that when I was a small child, we had a thing to hold our milk carton that was bright yellow. So in my mind, that's how every milk carton holder had to be. But when I could clearly see color, I discovered that our milk carton holder was really olive green. You might say, so what? Who cares? But imagine doing that as you look at everything, finding out that what you had thought was not true. Seeing for Real by Maureen Pranghofer.
Knowing that this was published is just very thrilling for me. It feels really good to be able to say, well, I'm one of the authors of this book. And I think my story is quite different in it is more, I think, introspective than just like the practical things of how you do things when you're blind or what it was like to go blind.
Pale yellow straw grass looks the same as the sidewalk, the same as everything. That's why I can't see. Where did the dark green go that outlined a white path for me? This is a hard drought. It's Because of the Drought That I Can't See, by Tara Arlene Inman.
Well, these poems were written back when I was going through the loss, and so they seem a bit negative in some ways. But since then, now I've been totally blind for 20 years. And, you know, life is pretty, I don't think about being blind much at all anymore. And life is good. I'm just as happy as I ever was before I went blind. I want people to know that.
Tom Langham was my instructor, and I still remember the day in my advanced class when he said, "If you can take the bus to the restaurant at Lake Street and Lyndale in the southeast corner, I'll buy you breakfast." This was the beginning of a new confidence for me as I was able to collect that free breakfast. What a special moment. I can live with blindness, I felt. My Story by Jerry Kloss.
My goodness, with my first dog, when I did over 100 school visits, we would have a hallway, and I'd walk with the dog, and I'd have the child just hold on to the other side of the harness, and I'd encourage them if they wanted to close their eyes and feel how the dog worked, and just to walk with him. And I sort of created that environment.
Within minutes, the emergency lights went out and we were in total darkness with no heat. The bus driver explained that it could be several hours before a backup bus would arrive. As time passed, people were feeling cold, hungry, and restless. Story Time by Sue Olson.
And I thought, I got an idea. We're going to have a party. So I told everybody I would entertain them. And they're like, well, there's no lights. You can't read or do anything. And I said, well, I'm blind. I don't need lights. So I entertained everybody by reading Little House on the Prairie in Braille. And I had snacks, and we passed out, and we had a little party till the rescue bus came.
During the winter of 2013, I requested rides from friends and learned to take the bus to and from work. When I thought things could get no worse, I began slipping and falling because I'd lost my depth perception. Yet I told myself, you can't stop moving. Things Not Seen by Pamela R. Fletcher.
And one day, one of my colleagues said to me that she didn't recognize me because of the way I was walking. I was walking like an old lady. And then I tried to tell her what was happening to me. But because, people have these misconceived notion about what a blind person looks like. And so because I didn't look like, I guess she expected me to look, they really couldn't hear my story.
Nelda Daly Brown, an older woman, was my typing teacher. Nelda would dictate either a couple of words or a short phrase for us to type. I was always the last student to finish. One day it turned out that I was the only student in class that period. I thought, this is a great opportunity for me to show her that I've gotten better. But instead of dictating to me, Nelda sat down next to me. The Typing Teacher by Wally Hines.
And she came down and sat next to me and she said, you may be blind, but you are not handicapped. You have a lovely wife and a beautiful 5-month-old daughter. God has given you talents. He's asking you to use them now for the journey back. And it's not going to be easy. It's going to be a challenge. But you must always remember that even though you are blind, you are not handicapped.
To learn more about our authors and our book, The Way We See It, A Fresh Look at Vision Loss, please visit our website, visionlossresources.org.